don't want to be afraid to fail. If you're not trying, you're not learning. My name is Mick. I'm a third-year apprentice here at Taylor AutoMall. This is the shop. This is my bay here. Today we're working on a Colorado that came in with a check engine light. This one here today, we've narrowed it down to a sensor issue here on the particulate filter. This is what we're focusing on. This is the actual particulate matter sensor. And all that does is it monitors pressure inside of the DPF bed that sits up here. And that's to help keep the truck running nice and clean so we're not polluting the air. What we're doing right now is we're just checking the resistance on the ground side of the circuit. Just have our lead hooked up here, and obviously our meter will sit off to the side, and we just take and go into a good ground. And as you can see, our resistance check on the side there indicates that the wire itself has fairly good continuity through it. You do have to be careful in situations like that because as you may have voltage waiting and present, you might not have enough wire left for current to be able to flow through. So that's why we would load test the circuit with a test light. All you're gonna do is go up in here. We're gonna poke in on our power pin here. So this would be pin number 6. And if we take our ground here, if everything's working okay, our test light should light up like so. And that indicates that our wiring going up into this point of the truck is A-okay. And we don't have any issues there. And then a important thing to always remember is just because we have power doesn't always mean we have ground. So what we'll do again is we come back to our meter, we'll go to a resistance check, just kind of a quick little way to see what's going on. It doesn't always necessarily mean that you're going to find the problem doing a resistance check. It's just to kind of give you a general idea of the health of the wire. So then again, we'll go there, we'll come back over, and as you can see, we have 1.1 ohm, which is a perfectly acceptable number to have going down through from our pin here to our chassis. So from this point on forward, what I'm going to do is verify that our data lines are communicating properly with our particulate matter sensor. And then from there, probably going to end up replacing the sensor today. This is our program that we use. It's called Era. There's a couple of different ones out there. Really all it is just a tool for me to be able to quote out work, especially when it comes to replacing parts or offering services. And it's just so that when we present the information to the customer, it's in a clear and concise form. That way there's no questions about the repair that was done and how things were priced out. That way there's no surprises going down the road. So as you can see here, all of these are options for different, so I just typed in sensor to see if particulate matter sensor would come up. And as you can see, so it's showing all of the sensors that I can quote out and replace on the vehicle. So here we see we can find our exhaust particulate sensor. We're gonna quote that out, and then we're gonna print it out for the parts advisor inside to be able to quote it and send it up to the advisor up front so they can give the customer a call. All right, so we've just got done finishing up with a quote there for our customer. So now what we're gonna do is put the vehicle back together and assemble it so he can drive on down the road for a little while. And then it'll be up to him whether or not he wants to proceed with the repair today. So we just finished our last job there. We parked it outside for the customer, just waiting for him to come pick it up. We're just gonna hop onto our system here just to see what we roll for next. That way we can keep the flow going through the shop. We're gonna be doing a park assist system on a Trailblazer here. All right, well, I'll just go out there and find this, and then I'll meet you back in the bay there. What I just got done doing there was putting the lift points for the hoist arms in the right spots on the car. Once you do that, normally give it a little wiggle, make sure it's not going to fall on you. We always pop the hood, make sure that we're checking all of our fluids, making sure that there's nothing loose, no connections that are damaged. Always checking air filters, making sure that they're okay. Nothing's loose or damaged in terms of like duct work or any trim pieces. Yeah, really other than that, probably just giving the wheel a shake, make sure that the front end doesn't have any issues. There's nothing that jumps out. We don't really go through with like a full inspection. It's more of just like a courtesy peek in a sense, just to make sure that there's nothing that's big that's going to come up that might endanger the driver or cause further damage to the vehicle going down the road. Other than that, we'll just start getting the oil changed here. So we'll just lift the vehicle in the air, we'll remove the oil filter and the drain plug, and we'll get them all swapped out. Yep, this is the gun here. So we just type in our own number. Parts already puts the proper amount in. All we got to do is put in the work order number and pull the trigger there, and it'll start pumping for us. This particular motor with the inline 3 takes 4.5 liters. I got started in it just because I wanted to learn how to fix my own vehicles. I just started with my grandfather's truck kind of idea. When I was 16, I bought a 3500 so I could get some diesel experience. Started working on diesel motors after a bit, and then I just wanted to pursue it as a career. I found it fun and very, very rewarding when you fix something that otherwise would be broken. Proper procedure after you're done putting oil in the engine. Always check first, just to make sure that you are at a safe level to start the vehicle. That way there's no damage. Rule of thumb though, always, that's never your final check. You always want to start the vehicle after. This is just mostly to make sure we're not going to cause any damage. There's enough oil in it for startup. Once we start the vehicle up, we'll check the oil level again. We'll make sure that it's at a proper operational level, and then we're finished with our oil change. We'll just reset the oil life and put a new interval sticker on the window here. What I like to do on every vehicle that we bring in, whether it's going up in the air just for an oil change, or even just like a quick little maintenance check, like in terms of like heard a rattle, I always like to check the front end because you never really know, right? And I figure, being in the shop, it is a new vehicle, probably going to be a-okay. Like there's no play in it, and honestly wasn't expecting to find any. But there's always that odd time where you might have a vehicle that has premature wear, or maybe something wasn't installed right, So it's always just a good idea anytime the vehicle is in the air, just to give the front end a check, see if you feel any bearing play, tie rod play, ball joints, all of that. With this particular vehicle, where we would normally check for air filters and all that, we won't, because there's only 3,000 kilometers on the said vehicle, so she hasn't actually gone far enough right now to make anything dirty. So yeah, other than that, that's pretty much our whole oil change there. So I'm just going to see what's all involved with installing this retrofit for the park assist, and carry on from there. Oh, everything's different every day. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite things about cars is even though you might walk up and see it looks the same, in terms of the problems they run into, every car is a little unique. Kind of like people, where just how they're used, how they're driven, where they're taken, all can lead up to different kind of problems down the road. For this one, we could be doing a park assist module, and the next one we pull, like a turbo, or we might have to do like a purge pump, stuff like that. So it's always kind of nice because it keeps you on your toes, and then it doesn't really get too repetitive, right? Don't want to be afraid to fail, because if you're not trying, you're not learning, right? And everything is bound to kind of go sideways once in a while. I'd say just pushing through and persevering and trying to do your best work every day, and you should find that it's a pretty rewarding trade once you get into it. You're always learning something new. The sky's the limit when it comes to cars, and that's what I like about it. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed our little walkthrough here. This kind of sums up some of our day-to-day activities that we do as apprentices here. And I'll see you the next time.